So episode 200. Number one, most animated shows don't get to that unless you're on Fox.
Or your SpongeBob.
Or your SpongeBob. And two, does it stack up like Slice of Life did? Well, let's find out.
I have two annotations to add. Number one, this is the 200th episode. Is it as good as the other 199 episodes? Let's find out. And second, it's 420, bitch. Shout out to happy birthday to DWK. Probably, maybe. I don't know.
Yeet!
What's up, tree hugger?
Righteous.
But yeah, I follow a Facebook page for this pony crap, and one of them said, and it was in quotation marks, it said, for no particular reason, I announced that I declared today Tree Hugger Day. The pony, Tree Hugger the pony. So yeah, this episode, this was called Twilight 7. I guess you could also call it the Magnificent 7. That's what I thought of first, even though the title is directly homaging Ocean's 11, but whatever, or Ocean's 7 or whatever. But I guess I like the classics. So yeah, no, I thought the episode was overall pretty good. Did it feel like a 200th episode? Not necessarily, but what is a 200th episode supposed to feel like? I don't know. Fuck.
Just like, what is a man but a miserable little pile of secrets?
And hold on, I don't have a wine glass to toss across the room. So because this is also a monumentous occasion, we're actually doing a review the day the episode's out. We haven't done that since like season 5.
Yeah. Now the thing is, I am gonna be I'm trying to figure out how to say it, but I'm on a 3-week rotation right now, so I'm going to have a separate video basically saying it's either going to be on this day, or this day kind of thing, because it's every third weekend that I'm off. So this is one of the weekends that I'm not working. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I know next week I'm not here. Next weekend I'm not here. If they release the episodes on Friday, that'd be different because I don't leave till Saturday. But hey, this is life, and this is my butthole. So anyway,
just like Ant-Man calling up into Thanos' ass and expanding.
I swear to God, I kind of wish they would acknowledge that in the movie. Like, there's a point where Paul Rudd's just like, guys, I got a great idea. What if I just jump inside of Thanos and then expand? And then someone can do some sciencey bullshit saying how that wouldn't work. But I would love if they did that. That'd be great.
Well, what's funny is they're actually asking Paul Rudd that question on Twitter.
Well, Paul Rudd, he will play along, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
So the episode in question. The episode begins with Spike flying, and he's like, Twilight, check this shit out. So Twilight, the letter, it says go to the Crystal Empire because we got some shit going on. And Twilight goes, and Shining Armor is he talks about castle security, and then they do the sibling rivalry.
Okay, so basically Shining Armor sends a letter, and this letter has a picture of this toy silver crown.
That's it.
And I love how Spike's just like, do you know what this is? Yeah, I do, sort of thing. And they're explaining to Starlight Glimmer what I almost said Sunset Shimmer for some reason. What the hell is wrong with me?
You're turning into me.
Yeah, I know. But they're basically explaining to Starlight Glimmer that it was an old rivalry that they had, and the parents played along by giving them like stickers, like gold star stickers. And I kept thinking, I'm a good noodle. But because nothing can go SpongeBob nothing can be perfect without having a SpongeBob reference in there.
Of course, but not in 2019, my guy.
Yeah, otherwise we'd have to yeet out of here. So basically, they would get good gold stars for like
Mean
like
Bob Yeet pants.
for like sharing and
How is
getting
that
good
special?
grades.
That's
It's
shit
stuff
that
like
people
that.
do. That's shit that siblings do. And good grades, that's not special. That's what's expected of you. Well,
Twilight
especially
was like 5, okay?
yeah, but
And
Shining Armor was like 12. Did you see the result of his test? It had like question marks written on it
and
because
I
the
gotta
teacher was
say,
like, "What the fuck?"
and then I gotta say, and it's like, what's this manga drawing in the back? Your OC is shit. But basically, I gotta say, Spike in this entire flashback is fucking adorable. He still has a diaper on and he's like drawing on the walls and stuff. I'm just like, oh my god, that's
Yo,
so
yeah,
cute.
yeah, little baby scale boy. He was cute.
Yeah. So then they go to Camelot.
I love how Shining Armor. I need to point out. I love how Shining Armor is, and he's literally with pure. And I get it. It's because he's setting up the challenge. But after a brief introduction, and Shining Armor's like, Twilight, I'm restarting our childhood shit. And Twilight's like, oh, Cure, but our parents aren't here. And Celestia's like, bro, everyone knows I'm your mom, okay? And Luna's there. So I love how with Glee, Shining Armor is just telling her, well, you know, Twilight, King Sombra almost literally fucked up our whole kingdom and almost, ate our child. So I've boosted security a tons. I've got extra guards. I've got laser beams. I've got surveillance cameras. I've got a Hind D. I've got the whole fucking deal. It's like Shadow Moses up in this motherfucker.
I got a
And
dude who can roll constant 20s. Like,
yeah, no, he's explaining issues of national security because Sombra literally just walked in and almost killed everybody. So he's like, so he's just like, he's talking about national WMD defense systems and like NATO plans. And Twilight's like, oh, Shining, you crazy guy. I'm
yeah.
like, these are issues of national security.
Well, if you realize that this comes from an old Robin Williams sketch, it was like, why did they call it Homeland Security? It's like they couldn't call it like State Land Security because the British would be going, that's a good one. But then
Huh.
you'd have we call it Homeland Security because we're going to let you know that we can still spy on you if we want, something like that. But but he has these giant ass fans, which I guarantee you, went on to bigassfans.com. There is literally a website where you can buy industrial sized fans at that website.
It's a real website?
It's a real website called bigassfans.com.
That's legit.
Right? There's actually one that's www.www.com.com. And for 2 of the dots, you just put DOT. And it literally says you have officially reached the end of the internet. Congratulations.
I don't really know any funny tech jokes. The only one I know is that really obvious one that techie people throw around about ID 10T errors.
Mm. So,
that's all.
But
I
he
got.
has these giant ass fans. He has a floor that is right in front of the throne. And I'm like, how are Celestia and Luna expected to not avoid that? Like, I know Luna would like it because she loved the trapdoor slide from Castlemania, but
Oh yeah.
But I love how Luna, just like in the Crystal Empire episode, she's just like, oh my gosh, why are we doing this bullshit again? I love that. And he kind of even plays into what happens later, which I think was a great twist.
I need to rewatch this episode because there was so much foreshadowing in hindsight.
Mm-hmm. So then he has these brick walls that are going to all these underneath it, it blocks the catacombs underneath the castle. And then he used the pieces from Queen Chrysalis's throne to disable any magic spell trying to get into the castle.
And then you have to say the secret password in the girls' bathroom.
Yeah, and then the biggest one, which I was like, wow, that's actually kind of practical, is they have to use the Royal Guard like gemstones or whatever to access the doorways. I'm like, that's pretty fucking
Oh
cool.
yeah, yeah, that made sense. A
And then
lot
they
of this
have
was good
geese.
planning.
Then they have geese in the throne room. Geese in the throne room.
Squawk. Yeah, I. Yeah, and so I love this. I don't know why, but the first time but when I saw that, I immediately just thought, God, there's like a million Flintstones jokes in here. It just reminded me of a Flintstone joke. Like that's what they would do, right? Like let's say someone was trying to sneak into a bank at Bedrock, and I don't know, you trip a laser wire, but instead of a laser wire, you're just tripping over like a long beaked creature's legs, and then instead of it's just squawk, squawk. I don't know
Yeah,
why. I found that really funny.
yeah. So Twilight and company are trying to come up with a plan. And this is what the plan was going to be originally. Pinky was going to give him a surprise party. Rarity was going to make Royal Guard costumes from the sneak past. Applejack was going to buck through the catacomb entrances. Rainbow Dash was going to fly past the fans. And Fluttershy was going to calm down the geese. Then Shining Armor sends a letter. And I got to say, this whole section, my favorite part is when Twilight asks Applejack to buck through the catacombs, and you see Applejack like rubbing on Bucks McGillicuddy and Kicks McGee. I'm
Yeah,
just like,
she's
yes,
fucking polishing them up like Smith and Wessons.
right. It was awesome. And then Shining Armor sends a letter and is like, so you were gonna have Pinky throw a surprise party, wear you do costumes, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, first of all, I see that there's been a lot of off-screen interactions here, or just a lot of off-screen exposition. Which, if it's the latter, I would not mind that they did that at all. But Shining seems to know quite a bit about Twilight's friends. Just saying. And
Yeah, I love how he literally was just like, "Yo, dog, I read the script and I got you figured out, bruh." And then Twilight's
it's like,
like,
hey, it's like, hey, how do you know that? Did you read the script? What's that over there? Is that the script?
yeah, and Twilight's reaction is basically just to go, fuck. And so they're scrambling to come up with something else. And Rarity has the bright idea. And she says they're going to come up with their own plan, which technically that's what they did. But basically, the idea was let's do Twilight's plan, but let's switch roles.
And I'll say this, one of my favorite things was the speech that she did. It's like, your brother knows everything you could do with any variation. He's wanting to expect that. But here's what we give him. I will take care of it. And he will be unexpected about it. And it's like, I love how Spikes is like, you planned that speech out, didn't you? Well, yes, I was practicing. I didn't rush it. Did I rush it, ladies? and I love how Applejack's just like, no, you didn't rush it. And Piggy's just like, it was kind of fast.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm trying to remember where they started first, or rather what they did first.
Okay,
I like how Pinkie Pie actually tried to go into space.
yes, and she's going around the rings of Saturn, and it's like, come on, Pinky, that tickles. And I gotta say, that
Pinkie Pie and the
style,
planet Saturn OTP.
that animation style for her and Gummy was so cute, though.
That was good.
Rarity and Rainbow Dash are going to do a Shadow Spade routine where Rarity's Shadow Spade and Dash is the accomplice. And they're going to like ask the bartender, and it's like, Now make it some OJ and spill it, where there's another entrance or something like that. Then Applejack, she goes into this story about how she used to be a world famous country singer by the name of Applecore.
Stop right there. Applecore. Okay, go on.
And she's gonna have it as the final performance, and she goes into the story about how she started playing for her family and eventually got to the point where she was playing large crowds, and she hated that she couldn't play for her family again. So she hung up the mantle, played for her family again, and she'd be doing a final performance here.
She could have been making millions upon millions of bits, but no, she had to be the good guy.
Pretty much. So then Fluttershy and Spike were gonna be secret agents infiltrating the throne room. That's awesome.
This thing was so. I'm running out of nice ways to neat ways to give praise for this episode, but there was just so much wacky shit that just worked.
Yeah,
this was definitely one of the sillier episodes I can remember in the show. I mean, they're all funny, but this episode, except for a couple parts, was just flat out comedy, and I liked that a lot. In fact, I'm gonna jump ahead here. Rainbow Dash having to seduce Zephyr Breeze.
Yes, that I was laughing my ass off the entire scene.
So Zephyr Breeze is in the fucking Royal Guard now. I mean, hey, good for him. He's moving up in life, and that's a high-paying job. He probably has his own place right now, but he's a Royal Guard,
and Dash being so like there's literally a part where Dash almost pukes because of how terrible it's getting for her. And I love how it's basically a way to allow Rarity to get through to the catacombs. And I love that when both of them step away, he's just like, all I gotta do is just trot around and be like, I'm just like, that's the exact reason why Zephyr Breeze is such a fucking great character.
I love Zephyr. I loved him. I love Zephyr Breeze, man. He's great. I hope he settles down with a nice filly or colt. I don't judge. It'll knowing the shippers, it'll probably be Big Mac Bragburn or fucking what's the one Big Mac recolor? Cinnamon or something?
Oh, the cross-dressing for Big Mac?
No. There was back in the early days, there was a colt that looked a lot like Mac, but instead of being red and yellow, he was like yellow fur, brown hair.
I do not remember.
Hold on. Keep talking. I think I still have Film Fiction on my tabs. I'm gonna look up this fucking character.
Here's what's funny. So you were talking about the shipping with where he could settle down with a colt. Back when the first Zephyr Breeze episode comes out, Flutter Brother, I went through Derpy Brewer just to see the kind of crass humor they came up with. There was one where Dash was just like, fine, I'll fuck you if you'll stop like getting on my ass about everything. And so you see Zephyr Breeze all happy, and Dash turns around and it's like, Zephyr's like, where's your cock and balls? Like, seriously.
His name was Carmel.
Oh, Carmel, yeah.
Okay.
Settle down with sweet, sticky caramel.
And I regret bringing this up.
Because I always fuck it up for you.
Okay, so yeah, no. Zephyr Breeze is either going to settle down. I just have a feeling, and I'm not saying this to try to emasculate the guy more than the fandom already has. I just feel like whoever he's with, he'll just end up being somebody's whiny bitch of a spouse, and I feel like it will be hilarious.
Then you really gotta wonder who got the pants in the relationship at that point.
But no one wears pants.
I know. That's da 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 da.
Oh, okay. So yeah. Anyway, so what was I saying? Yeah. So Rainbow Dash seducing Zephyr Breeze. That is quality. That is a good television program.
And the dress she was put in too.
Christ. Good God Almighty. I could not have even imagined the shit that they had Dash do in these 2 minutes of screen time. It was great.
Yeah. So then Fluttershy and Spike try and get into the throne room. And they hit the trap door, of course. So they fall down. And it's a nice callback to when Fluttershy's freaking out. And Spike's like, why are you freaking out? I thought you said small places were your forte. And Fluttershy's like, no, it's because the last time I was in something like this, it was during Castlemania where Angel and I were separated and I kept worrying about him. So whenever I'm in this sort of situation, I freak out because of it.
PTSD in my children's television. That is quality programming, boys.
Uh-huh. So they get lost in the catacombs. Same with Rarity and Rainbow Dash. And even that part doesn't really work because up in the sky, trying to get past the fans, they're trying to use the friendship balloon. And they're trying to drop Rarity and Rainbow Dash off, but they crash. And Pinky's like, I never got to go to space. I wanted to see the space orb from Portal 2. I wanted to go up and be like, space! But I couldn't. Twilight, I couldn't.
Space Core is missed to this day. So, this is when. So yeah, Pinkie Pie crashes, burns. Spike confides in the Fluttershy about being left behind or whatever, and he's like, "Well, I always wanted to be part of these. What's it called? The sibling something?
The sibling rivalry or whatever it was."
I think it was sibling S something, because I remember joking to myself that the competition was named SS. But anyway, Spike was like, yeah, dude, I always wanted to be a part of the family, but like I always felt like that they felt like I wasn't really their brother. And I'm like, I've been waiting for them to acknowledge that. And it was good. And Fluttershy's like, nah, man. Of course they like you. Fuck, you're cool. So, if I remember correctly, this is when they come across Rarity and Rainbow Dash because they've been able to make it downstairs. And then Twilight makes it in there somehow, and so is Pinkie. And Spike's like, you know, Twilight, I had a thought. She's like, what? Well, because they had said that the plan wasn't working or whatever. So he's like, what if we do everything that Shining Armor expects you to do, because this was his logic, and I can't believe they bought it. It literally said, I know he's expecting you to do it, but if you do it, it could still work. And Twilight's like, you're a genius. And so it comes to a confrontation in the throne room, and Shining Armor's like, I got 2 words for you. Suck it! And Twilight's like, God damn it, I can't believe doing it exactly as he said, as he thought I was going to do it, meant that I can't believe it. And then Twilight's like, so who wins? And Spike's like, well, your winner's Shia Boy right here, and he has the crown. And then he's like, he unravels the whole episode. He's like, okay, so Luna was pissed at Celestia, right? And, I'm a lonely little asshole. So we started talking, and I made sure that Twilight did what was expected of her. Luna intentionally put Zephyr Breeze on guard duty, which is kind of genius because you would have had to have figured that even if Rainbow Dash wasn't there with Rarity, they would have figured that the only person that could distract Zephyr Breeze was Rainbow Dash or maybe Fluttershy, but still. And then while they were all talking, Luna just low-key shifted this crown to Spike, and Twilight and Shining Armor on screen refer to Spike as their lil bro, and I was just like, okay, sweet. I waited 9 years for that. Thank you, DHX. And then the episode ends, and then I felt really good after it.
And I gotta say, that twist ending, I was just like, number one,
it works like, very well.
Number one, it works very well. Yes. Number two, it felt like the ending of every Monk episode, where he recaps everything, and what he noticed to solve the case. And then third, the way it was used made it less contrite. Because I've seen it before where they do that kind of bait and switch and it doesn't work. This time it works and works very, very well. So,
good on you. Good.
Good on you. That was good.
Nice Murder, She Wrote plotting. Okay, so if I was going to give the episode a score, which of course I'm going to because I've scored episodes in season 4. Why would I not give it a score? I'm gonna have to give this one solid 9. I thought this was. I want to rewatch this one again, but I really dug it. So yeah, I give this one a flat 9. It was the good stuff.
Okay, I give this a 9.5. This was just such a fun and funny episode. Had me laughing my ass off at points, and the fact that they were able to basically, like you were saying, Snakeskin, about them finally confirming the Spike relationship to Twilight and Shining Armor, and also having that awesome bait and switch at the end, and just overall, I had a fun time with this romp. So 9.5 out of me.
So, it's good stuff.
So next week is apparently called Point of No Return. And I'm going to see if I can look up what that is. Let's see.
I hope we get back to the villains soon, and I'm only saying that because I mean, I'm not saying they should be in every episode of the season, but I really don't want them to just show up at the beginning and then show up at the end like Starlight Glimmer. And back to season 5. Okay, point of no return. Twilight realizes she never returned a book to the Camelot Library and may have cost her favorite librarian to lose her job.
Number one, we're going back to Camelot.
Okay.
The last time we did that fully, in terms of a Twilight episode, was Amending Fences.
Yes.
And I wonder if that's the same librarian as Moondancers.
I wonder if it's just Moondancer. Oh wait, no, it said her favorite. Okay, no. Yeah, it's probably that yeah.
That's gonna be interesting. I'm excited to see what that's about.
Well, I'm getting a call randomly, and they've called like 3 times. So I will see you guys later. John, it's always a pleasure.
Yep, always a pleasure for you too. Peace out, Dragon.
Bye.